is Saga of Tanya the Evil worth watching? This anime is an isekai, however I do want to note that this anime came out before the 2020 isekai apocalypse, because after 2020 there was definitely a spike in isekai content being made, and it's to the point where it's kind of becoming an oversaturated market. And in my opinion, a lot of the isekais that came out before 2020 tend to be better, but that's also not me saying that every single one of them is worth watching. But if you go ahead and check out the popularity and rating of this anime, if you go on Crunchyroll right now, it's a 4.8 stars, and if you go on my anime list, it's 7.96. And now with those stats, I'm not gonna hold you, that sounds like a very promising anime. However, in my opinion, this isn't the most popular isekai out there, because this one came out around the same time Race Zero, Shield Hero Reincarnated as Slime came out, and this one doesn't really seem to, catch that many people's attention, which is kind of interesting because this anime has a pretty high rating, but not too many people are yapping about it. So is this truly an anime worth watching? Again, when I say is this an anime worth watching, I mean, is this something that you need to put on your top of your anime list, or is it something you can brush to the side, or maybe not even watch it at all? But with this anime, I 100% guarantee you that it is worth watching. And in my opinion, this anime is actually one of the most underrated isekai, which I'm gonna get to that in a second. First, I'm gonna talk about the plot of this anime, then I'll let you guys know the reasons why I love this anime, and then I'm gonna talk about the negatives. So let's talk about the plot. This anime is about a businessman that just fires one of his employees. Now mind you, this guy is our main character, and he is all about the books. He's all about policy, follow the rules, and has that perfect employee mentality that as long as you work hard, you will get results, and that's all that matters to him. And so the guy he fired wasn't making the cut, and let's just say he didn't let that slide. So as our main character was waiting on a train, the guy that he fired pushes him in front of the train. And as our main character is reflecting on his life as he's about to die, a being named X appears, or at least appears in his head. And this being is claiming that he is God. And our main character is listening to him, and he ain't buying it. He doesn't believe God exists, he's all about science, and he thinks the man is talking BS. And so the guy said, you know what, I'm gonna make you believe in me. And he sends him into another world. And in this new world, they are at war. And while it does look like he just went back in time, this world has magic in it. And he is reincarnated as a little girl named Tanya. And in this all-war environment, people tend to, pray to God. Pray for their safety, pray for their family, pray for their friends. This is an environment where a lot of people, they're looking for some help. But our main character has his pride and morals. It doesn't matter what situation he's put into, he is not gonna pray to that being X who is claiming to be a god. And so he goes through military training, and he is at the top of his class. He's working hard, he's making sure that he's doing everything on his own and not having to rely again on being X. And his goal, or his way of winning this little competition he has with being X, is to rise up the ranks and be able to chill at the headquarters instead of fighting in the battlefield. That way he's guaranteed a cushy life, a salary, and be able to just live normal. But being X sprinkles in a little something to make our main character believe in him. And that is, as he's on the battlefield, he needs to use magic. But the only way for him to use his magic to its full potential is that he has to pray to God. So if he doesn't pray, he has no magic, and he's gonna get cooked on the battlefield. And so with obstacles and life-death situations being put in his way, we gotta see if my man's gonna be able to stick it out, or if he's gonna become a believer. And so now that we know the plot, let's go ahead and dive into the reasons why I like this anime. And most likely, you will too. And to be honest, it's mainly three things. So let's go ahead and start with the first one, and that is the plot. Y'all, the plot of this anime is gas. Which I might be a little bit biased because I do like a good war story anime. And so this man's on the battlefield, he's going through it, he's fighting, he's doing everything he can to just rise up the ranks. And it's funny because even though we know that he's a grown man that's in a little girl's body, everybody's looking at him or her like, hey, yo, like, what's this kid eating? When I tell you this man's putting the work, he is making sure that he is gonna get that top position. And something I love, which to me is so petty, it is so petty, but again, I love the fact that he has to pray in order for him to fight. And since they're in the middle of a war, he has to be fighting almost on a daily basis. So he has to pray every day. Like, yo, being X, he cooked with that. Because that just puts pressure on him, you know what I mean? Like, he is constantly reminded that he needs to pray and talk to being X in order for him to get through this battlefield of a world. Which, mind you, the animation and fight scenes are great in this anime. And in my opinion, there aren't really any annoying characters, or at least characters that seem very out of there. Because obviously there are characters that can be a little annoying, but that's only because, he's 11 years old. He's an 11-year-old girl. So obviously they're gonna be like, hey, yo, kid, go away. But also I love how they have a balance of characters that still see him as what he does instead of, his appearance. So when it comes to plot, characters, animation, fight scenes, story, like everything about this anime is great. Another reason why I like this anime is because they were very close, or they were like maybe 2 plot points away from this anime going completely south. And when I say south, I mean that this was gonna be intended for a different kind of audience. Because animes these days, they're really pushing the limit of little kids associating with mature content. Because if you're new to anime, there is a category called Shota and Lolly. That's pretty much where the fan service is the little kids. And so with our main character Tanya being a little girl, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point, you know, if this anime came out today, that they throw in some fan service. It gets weird, bro. But that's one of the things I love about this anime. There is not fan service. And lastly, one of the things I love about this anime is that the main character stays true to himself. Oftentimes in anime, when a male gets put into a new world as a woman, they completely switch over. Like, it could be the most masculine, macho man. The moment he gets easy tied to a girl, he's so quick to go, kawaii, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. But they completely switch up their personalities, which I understand to some extent they will have to, because obviously now that they are a girl, maybe that could affect him, but like, I don't like it because the monologues they have in their head will be of a grown man. So it's like, okay, so you are grown, but yo, it's just a little bit weird in my opinion. But in this anime, my man stays the exact same. And there's a reason why they call it Tanya the Evil, because yo, he got a brutal like OG. Just like the dude he fired, he's ready to cut soldiers left and right. Like, he does not care. He has extensive training for them, and if he sees them slacking off, or if they want to, you know, not put in the work, he says, all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there is a scene where he did these two dudes wrong, bro. Like, it was that was crazy, I could hold you. But those are the reasons why I like this anime and why I believe you will like this anime. And actually, when it comes to the negatives of this anime, I don't have any. Now, Grinch, right, maybe I might want them to do this instead of that. Everybody's gonna have their opinions, but when it comes to just the structure of the show, and the characters, the plot, everything, all that kind of stuff, is honestly perfect. They do have a new season dropping soon, so you know, I'm definitely gonna be tuning into it. And also something I want to kind of double down on is that even if you don't like isekais, because you've probably seen all the isekais these days and you're not really messing with them, even if that is the case, I do recommend you give this a try, because this one 100% has a different feel to it. And with that said, guys, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys are still checking out this video right now, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's a free way to support the channel and to let me know that you guys want some more. And if you guys want to go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think about this anime, or if you have any anime requests for me to do, because most likely I probably have already seen it or at least heard about it, and if I haven't, I got my TV right there and I'm ready to check it out. Hope you guys have a good day and stay weebin'.